Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Ghost in Depth. In today's episode, we'll be reviewing the Bison submachine gun. I have a bad habit of calling this one the PP-19 because it looks very similar to the PP-19 from MW3, and on its surface you would think that it performs similarly, but it actually performs a little bit differently. But just based on that look component alone, I do have a tendency to call it the PP-19, so if I mess up and say the PP sometime during this episode, please do forgive me. The gameplay that you're going to be seeing is me using this weapon with my favorite class, which I'll explain to you at the end of the episode and why I think it works so well. But for now, let's jump into the stats of the Bison. The Bison is a medium damage submachine gun, dealing 42 damage in close quarters combat, but dropping off to 17 at a distance. This means it'll take 3 shots to kill up close, 4, 5, or 6 depending on how far away you are from the target, 6 being your minimum at long ranges. The 42 damage up close is actually a little bit on the high side of things for submachine guns, but it's nothing super crazy impressive, and 17 is the next to lowest damage in the game, so I would say this is a very average or medium damage submachine gun. This is kind of how you would expect a submachine gun to feel. Headshots will deal 1.5x bonus the bonus damage, generally ensuring 1 less shot to kill depending on what range you're shooting somebody at. Range is a little bit on the low side, but not too low at 13.5 meters maximum for your 3-shot kill range. If you put muzzle brake on it, that's going to go up 20% or down 25% if you put a silencer on it. The 6-shot kill range is 17 meters, which isn't that bad for SMGs, but it's not exactly amazing either, so I would say this is a pretty medium or normal range submachine gun. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Rate of fire is somewhat fast at 937 RPM. That is the second fastest rate of fire in this game, and that's one of those magical numbers where you get a very consistent rate of fire because you're going to have a very minimal effect of rounding at 937. It's actually 937.5, that's how it works, but that is a very good rate of fire. It's going to ensure a very consistent rate of fire no matter what your frame rate does. It won't change very much from 900, which is a good thing, and this is the second fastest firing submachine gun in the game, right behind the CBJ-MS. Which, you know, it's kind of fast, but it's not as fast as some of the other ones. Not as fast as the PP-19 from MW3, and not as fast as some of the Black Ops guns, but it's fast for Ghost. This is going to lead to you having a fast time to kill up close, but a more moderate time to kill at longer ranges, if compared to submachine guns, mind you. Of course, assault rifles outperform it, but the damage is medium, and the rate of fire is a little bit high, so I'm going to say you're going to have a moderate to medium time to kill at longer ranges. Recoil is unfortunately higher than I can handle, or higher than I would like. It's not the highest recoil submachine gun, but it's a little bit difficult to get a handle on. It kicks up and to the right, so at least it's precise or it's consistent. It's going to do about the same thing every time. It's never going to drift to the left, so if you can pull your stick down and to the left or drag your mouse down and to the left, depending on what input you use, it's going to help you handle the recoil a lot, but I found it to be just a little bit more than I personally can handle that I'm comfortable with, and I did indeed struggle with it. Like the other SMGs, we've got good hipfire accuracy here, especially with steady aim, which I run on most of them. Aim down sights time is 0.2 seconds or 200 milliseconds. Again, normal for the SMGs, except for the Vepr, which is a little bit slower. Reload is a smidge on the slow side, but it's still pretty close to average, to tell you the truth. The empty reload is brutally slow at 3.8 seconds. Full reload in 3 seconds, and the reload cancel, which most everybody will probably do by sprint canceling, even if you don't think about it, is 1.9 seconds, which is just a smidge slow, so I would say that's pretty normal. Magazine size is a little bit large. It's 36 rounds in the magazine normally, 54 with extended mags. So many people run extended mags on this weapon that I originally thought it just had 54 rounds to begin with, kind of, you know, like a big magazine like the PP-19 from MW3, but that was a goof in an earlier in-depth episode. But no, it has 36 rounds in the magazine and 54 only with extended mags. Extended mags is one of my go-to attachments on this one. It's one of the ones that I've used more often when I was experimenting, trying to find the class to recommend to you all, and it's not one of, it is definitely the most popular attachment that I see in this weapon online. Whenever I pick up like PP-19 Custom, it's pretty much always, not PP-19 Custom, Bison Custom, it's pretty much always got extended mags on it. Extended mags is by far the most popular attachment that I see in this weapon, but that's not going to be the one that I'm going to recommend to you today. I think the iron sights are nice and clean. They have, they're open, they're not obstructed, they're clear on the sides. The gun kicks up a little bit much, and I can somewhat obscure my target with the bottom of the gun, but that's more to do with my ability to aim and less so with the iron sights. But I can't hit anything with them. I think the iron sights are great on this weapon. but I have difficulty using them, and I know that sounds kind of crazy, and I don't exactly know how to explain it other than the fact that I try to use them. I really do. I put honest effort into it, but I struggle to get kills when I'm using the iron sights. I do much better when I put a red dot sight on it, though that's not going to be what I recommend here. It took a little time and patience. It got a little better with the iron sights, but I found a class that works better with them. Anyway, red dot sight has a very nice feel to it. Me personally, I've been putting blue dots on my red dots, so you're going to see some goof ups and in-depth like, where's my blue dot sight? And everybody's like, what? Blue dot sight? What is that? But no, the dot sights have a nice feel. The other ones I feel to be completely unnecessary on this weapon because we don't need additional layers of zoom on a very close range weapon. The weapon is very statistically similar to the MP7 from Black Ops 2. It has the same rate of fire, the same damage profile. It actually has a similar recoil pattern, but the iron sights aren't quite as nice and it does kick a little bit more. The reason this weapon probably doesn't feel like the MP7 from Black Ops 2 is due to the nature of how fast the other weapons kill in this game and the map layout. It won't feel as beneficial as the MP7, but it's very average for a submachine gun. This is middle of the pack in almost every single statistic, which means that it has no strengths and no weaknesses. It kind of has a lack of specialization, and the kick is a little bit on the high side. If it has a weakness, I would say that the recoil is somewhat high, but this is kind of like baby's first SMG. It's the first SMG for a reason. It's to get you used to playing submachine gun. It's something pretty normal that you can handle without quirks, without you having to keep in mind, oh, it's like the Vector that shoots slow, or oh, it's like the Vepr that has a slower ADS. No, nothing quirky, nothing weird. This is a pick up and go standard normal submachine gun. The statistic base, like if you were to peel back the gun skin, it's statistically similar to a lot of submachine guns from other games, and it's not a bad gun to pick up. This is one that I wouldn't personally run because I prefer weapons that have specializations or strengths and weaknesses that I can use to my advantage, or I guess that means people can use them to my disadvantage, but this one is just kind of normal, and I'm not really attracted to that. I don't normally like, yeah, let's go for the most average gun in the game. Nope, I want something cool, but I am going to recommend you a class setup that will help you use this weapon better, and it's something not a lot of people run on it, but let's just skip to the class setup. My recommended class setup for this weapon is foregrip and rapid fire. That's what I've been running in this game. If you don't feel the foregrip is necessary, you could trade that out for extended mags. However, I find that with rapid fire and with the weapon's naturally somewhat high recoil, that the foregrip does help me a lot. It helps keeps the recoil down to a somewhat sane level and keeps it manageable. I use Ready Up and Steady Aim. These two are like peanut butter and jelly. Ready Up because I'm going to be playing as a submachine gun rusher while doing this class, so I need to be able to recover from sprinting very quickly. Steady Aim is of course to get the best hipfire benefit from submachine guns. Focus and Quick Draw, kind of like an assault rifle. Focus is kind of a crutch perk, but I haven't been using it on as many of my submachine guns lately. But I use it on the Bison because I aim down sights a lot with this weapon, probably a lot more than I should, and the Quick Draw allows me to do that very, very fast. Quick Draw also stacks with Ready Up, and Focus allows me to not get too much flinch because unfortunately it's a lower damage SMG. If I go for a range shot, if I really get into a gunfight, which are kind of rare in Call of Duty Ghost, Focus is going to allow me to not flinch, and it's going to keep me on target. Also, submachine guns have a higher level of idle sway, so Focus reduces that if I'm going for a long range accuracy shot. Finally, I'm going to run fully loaded. Rapid fire is going to burn through my ammo very, very quickly, and fully loaded allows me to start with maximum ammo, so I do not have any sort of ammunition concerns until I'm up to like kill 8, number 9, or 10, and by that point I've already scavenged other weapons. You could trade out fully loaded for scavenger, which is equally useful, but I prefer to just start with the ammo instead of picking it up in this case. Or you could get rid of fully loaded and take 2 tacticals or a handgun, or you could take out fully loaded and put in something like hardline so you get your streaks easier and run support, or just go for those hardline 4-kill dogs. However, I found that without fully loaded I burn through all of my ammo very, very quickly because rapid fire makes the gun shoot very quickly, and that's something that I think you would find more beneficial. I think you would find extra ammo more beneficial than 1 less point on your kill streaks with this weapon. Well guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like or subscribe. You can click the link right there to subscribe. If you'd like to check out a review on the CBJ-MS, which was a much more difficult gun to review and get a good class for, you can click the box on the left. It'll open a new window. Or if you want to check out the next episode, that's going to be on the VKS. You can click that box. It'll open in a new window whenever that's live. And if you haven't noticed, we're doing sniper rifles yet next. Yes, it's finally time to start sniper rifles on In Depth, and then we're doing marksman rifles, so we'll be there pretty quickly. As always, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drifter out.
As A. Friendly Oracle online. SATCOM ready. Enemy Oracle inbound. Friendly SATCOM active. Charlie secure. Friendly SATCOM active. SATCOM uplink enabled. Enemy SATCOM spotted. Friendly air superiority inbound. Good job. Report to command for